If you want to make a villain incredible, you gotta feed him with another villain. That's the logic of the story. The new official heroes are in town to save the day from the evil doings of the villains. Elsewhere, the Liberation Army is plotting their scheme to take down the League of Villains. As the last chapter served as an opening act to the arc, this one is more like watching a shonen film's opening with an action that loosely based on the core of the story, as Naruto, Bleach, or even this series film. Regardless, it was an enjoyable, straightforward chapter. Shoto and Bakugo are newly official heroes and already they have their first task as one. I don't know the villain's name, but all you need to know is he can control carbonated water and he lives for thrills. Again, this is like an opening sequence of a film. All it needs were credit rolling with a theme song playing. Moment like this is usually when the animator presents his first action to not only get you pumped up, but also show off their presentation. In this case, it's artwork. It's a straightforward action, but it is enjoyable. I do like how it does present Shoto and Bakugo as legitimate heroes throughout the course of action. It's not that they only fight crimes, but they protect the innocents as well. The funny part is how Bakugo don't have the qualified voice as a hero, such as being angry at a civilian for nearly dying in a place that would distract them. Our heroes, ladies and gentlemen, is fine though, since later on he informed that he saved the stolen equipment before going crazy. Essentially, this action shows their display of true heroism. Mostly, the villain is getting crazier, thinking he cannot be stopped. That is until Shoto decides to go a little tougher on him, pulling off swelling icy heat wave. It's a similar technique in which he used on Deku back in the sports festival arc, the good old days. However, it's smaller in compare, but the real problem is Bakugo didn't taste that since he fought him on handicap level. That's why he's pissed off. Makes sense to me. The battle ends and it was neat while it lasted. I was amused by the interactions. More characters need something like this. The chapter's title appeared to be random because apparently there's a hero named Sliding Go, yet he barely appeared for 3 pages. Of course, this is a review for a chapter on a weekly basis. Anything could happen later on. For now, it seems random to me, unless I missed the pun. Regardless, he's a hero, with probably a permanent, somewhat goofy face. The hug scene makes him even goofier. The takeaway is the gauntlet device from that villain explode, because it came from the black market. All Might give the two a compliment, with a pat on the head. A job well done on their first day as official hero. Meanwhile, at the lair of the Liberation Army, they were the one responsible for the device that automatically set to explode when it gets bad. That's one way to tie in with the heroes, but since it exploded, the evidence was erased. Since the army is set to get the League of Villains, they managed to apprehend Girin the Broker. What's up with the League of Villains member getting taken off screen? Too bad for them. He eliminated the client list. But Destro II knows well he has connection. In fact, those two have somewhat a connection themselves. Girin had a connection with Destro himself, who resented him. I guess you could say bad blood continues on with the next generation. The son asked for a price, but Girin would never break his commitment with his client, practically tell him to go screw himself. Knowing how the son reacted the last time, it's almost certain he's going to torture the hell out of him. Actually, it might as well be guaranteed with his sadistic smile, for they will be best of friends. I'll say it again, a villain becomes credible when they are up against a villain. Speaking of that logic, this somewhat translates with the last scene as well. The chapter ends with the beginning of a flashback. A month ago, before the announcement of the new hero billboard chart, it felt a bit odd timing to execute a flashback without any real segue, but nevertheless, the content looks interesting. It involves with Giganto Machia. I hope I say that right, but I probably said it wrong. The big guy. And apparently, he took out most of the League of Villains easily. Wow. I know he's strong, but these villains really like getting derailed. Is there a buildup I'm unaware that would have them thinking, I should become a hero instead? Jobbing out so many times already. Oh well, I'm close to numb at this point. Odd though, for a villain to pull a card of too strong on another villain. You would think it would be a villain on the hero, but I digress. The real interest to me is whether the big guy ended up joining the league or not with Shigaraki standing. We don't know his status, but we do know he is disappointed with them. Aren't we all? So the question is whether he ended up joining or not. I am interested to know if he does because it would add up a crap load. Needless to say, the Liberation Army would have a hard time taking them out, let alone the heroes. So yes, I am curious on the follow-up. Overall, this was a straightforward, enjoyable chapter. There's not much to talk about, as it is self-explanatory. On the hero side, you get the fun action. On the villain side, you get the build-up to the conflict between the two dark factions. The artwork is solid, though the chapter length is still 15-page long. Is this the norm from now on? The ending looks interesting, even though it's kind of sad to see our main villains getting derailed by not heroes. Oh well. If they can get the big guy, perhaps their days of jobbing will come to an end. And that will be terrifying. And that will do it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this one. I did chuckle at Twice last scene. He's like, no more. We can't do this anymore. Come on, round 2. I thought that was kind of funny. What do you think of the chapter? What do you expect with the big guy and Shigaraki? Will Shigaraki actually convince him to join with the League of Villains? Share your thoughts in the comment section. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel, and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.